This week on Scam School, a Tic-Tac-Toe prediction effect. That's nothing like what you would expect. It's a surprise. Wait for it. Toast me, you beautiful people! Back again at the Rusty Mule, we've got Matt, we've got Logan, we've got Mike, and I'm meeting for the first time.
This is Doogie Bowser.
Doogie Bowser. Oh, I didn't know you made a cute name. So, which one of you guys handles cards the best? Maybe the magician of the group. Do me a favor, I want you to give a couple of riffle shuffles to that, but before you do, I'm gonna make my prediction here. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play a little game of Tic-Tac-Toe. We're gonna see how everything comes out. So I'm gonna pull out a bunch of numbered cards. We'll make them all the same suit, so it's nice and easy. There we go. 3, 5, 9. Perfect, awesome. Okay, so next thing we need to do is we need to make some kind of Tic-Tac-Toe board. This is gonna sound weird. Do me a favor, dip your fingers in your beer and draw a Tic-Tac-Toe board big enough that we can use the cards. Like if I'm gonna go in the middle.
Just one big one.
Well, wow, that is a very big.
Be a smaller one?
Do you need a smaller one?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
There you go.
So how many is it? It's what, 3?
It's
yeah,
9.
it's
It could be 9. Yeah,
It's 3 and 3, right?
man, I swear I didn't want this to be this complicated. Who's gonna play against me? Logan. Logan.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna play against you,
Okay.
Tic-Tac-Toe.
Okay.
All right, this is for all the money in the world. Where do you want to go first?
The center is already taken, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Then I think I'll go with the corner.
Okay, great. What we're gonna do is I will play face down, you'll play face up.
Okay.
That way we'll know X's and O's.
So I go face up.
Yep, there you go. And so I'll go here.
Then I go here.
Yeah, all right, and then I'll go here.
Then I go here.
Right, I will go here.
The only obvious choice.
And so we end up with the game, all right.
This is what Tic-Tac-Toe is.
Yeah.
Welcome to Tic-Tac-Toe. Almost every Tic-Tac-Toe game ends up with some kind of draw. But think about all the things that happened before this began. You shuffled the cards twice. I wrote down a prediction. You had a free choice of anywhere to go. And yet, even though you determined the order of the cards, even though you determined where you were going to play, before any of this began, I had a prediction.
15 diamonds.
The 15 of diamonds.
Okay.
Before I do this, I want to make it absolutely clear. Like, do you felt like you had a totally free choice the entire way through?
Yes.
Because we ended up with the one configuration in which 4 plus 9 is 13 plus 2 is 15. 3 plus 5 is 8 plus 7 is 15.
Wow.
8 plus 6 is 7 plus 8 is 15. 8 plus 3 plus 4 is 15. 8 plus 5 plus 2 is 15.
That did not, obviously I'm dreaming this. This is just a wild,
That's
crazy
it.
dream.
All right, can I say for the record, none of you are drunk enough because this is a miracle and
Yes,
religions
I know.
have been
That's
started
what
on
I'm
less.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
This is a
That's
good
ridiculous.
trick,
That's
right?
what
I'm
ridiculous.
speechless.
I know you are. All right,
That's
toast me. I'm going to
incredible.
teach it to
It's
you guys.
impossible to know. That can't be taught.
Who doesn't remember that beautiful summer day that a snake showed up? There was a snake and a girl because they wanted a domain and they had to fight jumping men and they died. And okay, hold on, I got this. Buy a domain. What is going on with this footage? All right, look, get a domain. You know what? I'm gonna break this. Hey guys, it's Brian Brushwood. How about instead of looking at weird B-roll, you guys buy a domain, go to our friends over at domain.com. If there's a domain you wanted to get, they're fast, easy, reliable, with 99.9, what is this? 99.99% uptime. Just use promo code. You can get 35% off if you use promo code SCAMJUMBO. SCAMJUMBO. You won't be lost in the wilderness like this guy. 35% off SCAMJUMBO. Head on over. This was sent in by a fan named Gordon Haas, and it, like so many Scam School effects, comes from the genius mind of Martin Gardner. In this case, this is a mathematical principle trick that uses a deck of cards, and I loved it because it reminded me of the Tic-Tac-Toe prediction we did a few years back. But in this case, you don't predict the actual configuration. In fact, walk me through. Where's your head at in terms of how you think it might have been done?
can any of these cards be replaced and still end up with 15?
Think about this, like if just these two were switched, the entire trick is screwed.
Yes, yeah.
When you were carefully watching
Yeah.
and pull all the cards out,
Yeah.
did you notice them get put in a certain order?
You know what, I'll tell you this much. I pulled the cards out exactly in the order that you put them in.
If I'm working backwards, I think that you can force me to play the cards that
Sure.
you want in a certain spot.
There is a way to force an outcome, and in fact, that's part of the Tic-Tac-WHOA
So that's
prediction
part
that
of
we
that.
did. That is part of it,
That
yeah.
You didn't know the cards that you were about to play. Like you didn't know you were putting down the
And I can honestly report, I mean, I did all mine face down, so I
Yeah,
honestly
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know which
Okay.
card was going where.
Is it magic?
It's magic!
You know what, it could be. Normally there's like one big trick I'm able to reveal, and you're like, oh, now I get it. But for this one, it's a bunch of tiny little things that all came together to create this effect. So the first thing you want to do, and Logan, why don't you do this? Assemble all of these in ace through 9 order. The first part is, and I'm surprised you didn't have this as a guess, Matt, I pulled out the deck of cards and handed it to you.
Correct.
And I said shuffle it a couple of times. As a magician, usually that's code for there's genuinely no setup order or whatever. There was definitely a setup order.
Before it was shuffled.
Yes.
Interesting.
Think about this. There was a stack of 9 cards that I set at the very top. When you shuffled twice, you did not alter the order at all.
Correct.
Instead, you just altered the position.
Oh, I
And then
see.
the next thing I did was
Yeah.
pull them
Oh,
all
I
out
see.
in the quote-unquote order that you put them in, right?
Very cool.
So here's the setup before you begin. You want to start off with ace 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you modify it slightly. In my mind, all you have to do is remember an easy mnemonic. Picture some, I don't know, really high-scoring soccer game where somebody won 8-7. So all you got to do is just remember that score, 8-7, right? So that gives you 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. That goes right on top. I'm gonna hand this to you, you're gonna shuffle it twice. In this case, I left the 2 jokers in there because I didn't want there to be the chance that you would shuffle so deep that it would alter the order at all. But you could tell pretty quick. If the first of those numbers you see is the wrong one, you can adjust it on the fly. But in this case, they were just spread throughout, and so all I did was up jog each of those. So go ahead and shuffle those twice. One of the keys to pulling off a good scam is always having process and something else to be doing during it. So in this case, I said shuffle those a couple of times while I make a prediction. And all I did was write down 15 diamonds. The diamonds is kind of a weird flourish because I wanted you to see 15 diamonds and think like, wait, what? If you just saw 15, you might start putting
That's
together.
not a real number.
Yeah. So the prediction is set, and these are here. As you pull out the cards, you just want to thumb through. The moment I see the 9 and I saw nothing before then, I know it's going to be 9, 6, 5. There we go, 5, wait for it.
I did a good
4,
job.
you did. There you go, 7, 2, 8, all right. And then you just pull all these out, set them aside. So you can show these clearly. And now what's the next thing I do? I give you guys another job, because as long as you have a job, it's very difficult to keep track of what I'm doing. So I say, everybody draw me a tic-tac-toe board. It doesn't matter if it stays forever, we just have to see it. Ostensibly, to indicate the scale, I say, like, you know, enough to put cards in, I'm gonna start in the middle like that. So I've already done my first move, and then I set these down off to the side, and I wait, and we're fussing over all this stuff. And while this is happening, I say, well, who am I playing? Logan, where are you gonna go first? This is a key piece of information, because what I do next depends on what you're going to do. If you pick a corner, and most people will pick a corner, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna use these 2 cards to scoop up the rest of the cards. So you've taken the cards in your right hand and now placed them on the top of the pack. If they pick a side, you're just gonna drop it on top and pick them up. Outside of that, everything else goes the same. We'll do the corner one because that's the easiest. So I'm gonna scoop these in. I'm gonna say we're gonna play, I'll go face down, you go face up. And at this point, you've already said which one you're gonna do, so it would be very weird for you to change your mind. But meanwhile, I get the fact that this looks like the beginning of the trick. So in this case, so go ahead and make your move.
So I will go here.
Okay, so, and you gotta go face up,
yeah,
of course,
that's
right?
right, sorry, yes.
So now, the rules for corners are easy. If they pick a corner, everything about this is simple. You just pick the catty corner across and pick one of the ones touching it. So in this case, it doesn't matter if I go here or go here, I'll go right there. And at this point, everything's on rails.
I have to block.
Yeah.
You have to block.
So I'm forced to do that.
And you'll notice I threw as an aside, as a joke, I say, we're playing for all the money in the world, which makes it clear, like, you have to play to win.
It's high stakes.
Right, and so now that you've gone here, I of course have to block you, and so everything's on rails,
And
keep
I
on
see
going.
that I gotta force that into there.
Right. At this point I go catty corner touching again, forcing that one, and then they're good. And then all of these end up adding to 15. So now let's do an alternate reality in which you pick a side for the first one, which is, I'm gonna tell you, it's a little more complicated. There's really only one step you have to do.
Does it involve killing him and finding a replacement?
It does involve building a time machine, I'm not gonna lie. All right, so I'm gonna set 8 to 7 again. And so then,
8 to 7 is the most critical aspect of this.
yeah, just so you end up with 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. So I'm gonna start with this one here.
So the 5 is always in the center.
That's correct.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
you do
okay.
that.
Yeah, that's-
and again, I dressed that up acting like I wanted to give you scale. What I'm really doing is cementing without a position for you to even have a question about it. I've cemented the first move. So then I set this down here. And so you remember what we did last time. If you say the side, where do these go?
Then they go on top.
That's right. They go right on top of the pack, and I'll grab it, and I will set it right here. And so you'll play the side.
Then I go there.
Okay, there's 3 moves you're gonna make. The first one will be touching the side, and it doesn't matter which one you do. So I'm gonna do touching the side first. And then the next one, so you go where you have to go.
The next one is gonna be this corner
Right.
here, so.
Second thing I think of is completing the chain. Picture this and this one linked. I'm gonna complete the chain between them. And now I've set up the next one.
Okay, so I'm forced to go here.
And then the last move is touching the last one he did. So I could go over here, like you would think it doesn't matter from the game whether I go here or go here, but either corner, but I want it to set up right. So I'm gonna do the one next to the one you laid down. You of course have to block.
And I go into the corner here.
And then here we are, set up again with a perfect magic square of 15 all around.
Awesome. So really, you're just hoping that you're playing with someone that knows how to play tic-tac-toe and plays it well.
Let me put it this way, if you beat someone at Tic-Tac-Toe,
Then you won all the money in the
you're
world.
doing the wrong scam for them. There are much easier tricks you should be pulling. All right, any questions about this? Can you guys pull it off?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, all right, so let's start. All right, well, here, let's begin the challenge, sir. All right, I'm gonna let all 3 of you guys work together on this. First step is, of course, to do what?
Is to arrange
See
them.
those, yeah. 1, 8, 2, 7, and then 3 all the way up.
If you want to do simple, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Right.
And then do the 8, 2, 7 is
Right,
the.
that's right. All right, now this is great because you naturally did something backwards and you didn't realize it.
Oh, okay.
You assembled it 9 to 1 instead of 1 to 9. So if you want to reverse these, just run them off like this and then you'll get them the right order. You want to start with 1
Okay,
at the
so
top
it
and
should
9 at the
be
bottom. There you go.
Like this, okay.
So now you have 1 to 9 order and you're going to modify it how?
And you're gonna do ace 8, 2, 7, 3, 4, 5.
There you go. And those go where?
Those go on top.
All right. And you say what?
I say shuffle this 2 times.
And what are you
And
going to
then
be doing?
he's going to write
I'm
down
gonna write
15
down-
of
Prediction.
diamonds.
Big ol'
Prediction.
prediction.
The other nice thing is you could pre-qualify the folks that you're working with, saying who here's the best with handling cards. Like who
Yeah.
could do a nice riffle
Yeah,
shuffle.
I saw that, yeah.
And then you know it's going to be altered in just the right way. So
Okay.
here, I'm going to do this twice. I'm going to riffle shuffle once. I'll riffle shuffle twice. From this point forward, I just keep saying you have determined the order of the cards.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Once you have your block, you're gonna thumb through them and you're gonna break it at the 5 of diamonds. And then you can set down the rest. You're just holding the 5 if you need your other hand. There you go. And then what do you do?
No, we need us to draw
I
like,
need you guys
because we're
to
gonna do
draw the
tic-tac-toe, so why don't we,
tic-tac-toe.
Yeah,
Everybody
always,
draw the
always give us a
tic-tac-toe.
job. There we go.
Yeah.
Please do a job for me because I'm too lazy to do it
There we
myself.
go.
Maybe you
I've
could
done
give
it.
him a card for scale.
It's always the 5
Always
in
the
middle.
5 for. Okay, sorry.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna play tic-tac-toe here.
Yeah.
Which position would you like to take next?
I'm gonna take this corner one right here.
Take the corner there?
Yeah.
That means that, speaking to myself, I'm gonna flip it underneath here. Now, go ahead and place your card.
Okay, got it. Now, so what are we doing? We're playing tic-tac-toe?
Now we're playing tic-tac-toe.
All right, for all the money in the world.
For all the money in the world. That's right, that's right.
Yeah, don't forget.
That's
don't
right,
forget.
that's
Yeah,
right.
this is.
All right, so you're playing there. I'm going to go ahead and play.
Oh my gosh, I got a block. But now I'm about to win for all the money in the world.
So now we play here.
I have to block. There you go. All right, so it's your turn.
Have to block here, so let's.
All right, then I'll go here.
And.
All right, so, oh my gosh.
All right,
I don't know. I don't know if you did it right. Let's find out.
let's see, let's see.
Right,
Oh, wait.
what it says.
I have a prediction
What
that
is your
looks
prediction?
like Brian's writing.
15
15
Wow.
diamond.
There you go. That's
6
15.
plus 8
That's 15.
plus 1 is 15.
Yeah,
Keep going,
okay.
keep going,
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
going.
That's 10. This is the
9,
5. That's 15.
That's all right.
That's
7,
15.
10, 15.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
6.
You got it.
15.
Logan, you are a wizard.
That's ridiculous. It's awesome. That's awesome.
I think Doogie Bowser.
Doogie Bowser.
Got to give a huge thanks to Gordon Haas for sending this one in. In fact, send in all your awesome ideas to brian@schwood.com. This trick was created by Don Costello with the help of Martin Gardner and the legend himself, Di Vernon, back in the day. You and I should be best friends over at twitter.com/Schwood. There is no C in Schwood. And make sure to check out our newest adventure, The Modern Rogue, where we do stuff like this.
Not in the face.
No.
Go away, bad guys. Oh, it jammed!
That's my line.
It jammed!
That's my line. Stay in front of me.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime random occurrence that happened just right here, right now. It cannot be taught. This will never ever happen. You can never repeat this absolutely ever at all. Not once. There's no way this could ever be repeated.
I was convinced
Show me
you were
how.
not- I was convinced you were never going to stop.
Because this is a miracle and religions have been started on less.